Good morning. This is the first broadcast from the tiny house. I have made landfall and spent the last couple of nights at the tiny house. Few things that have come up. First of all, a shortage of electrical power from the solar panels, and the generators are much too loud to run at night out here in the country. So I'm going to need some more solar panels, so those will be coming in. And with more solar panels, a larger charge controller and that type of thing. So anytime you scale up, you have to scale up throughout the system. Um, Very acceptable. Had a nice cooling rain just right on time last night. That cooled everything down so that by this morning, just with the windows open, I had to pull the sheet over me. And a tremendous night's sleep. Just so quiet out here and so dark that it's really made for sleeping. The sounds of all the insects and little animals in the woods and that type of thing just really is very, very peaceful. And the living space is very inviting. It's very comfortable. You would think that it might be a little claustrophobic, only being 220 square feet, but when you think about it, that's a normal sized room, and it's absolutely as big as most hotel rooms and that type of thing. So it's not really that different. It was very comfortable. So on the road to nowhere, this is a big day. It's August the 1st, and this is the first day of official habitation at the tiny house. All the systems are good, as I say, except for the lack of solar power that can be remedied fairly easily. I do have to watch what electrical appliances that I use, and which is good. That's good. That forces me to be efficient and to think about what I need and what I'm going to need. The During the day, as the panels are charging the batteries, it's not as critical. But at night, when I'm running off of only the battery power that has been stored during the day, then it becomes much more critical of what systems can be used and what systems cannot be used. Also, during the day, running the generators is okay. The noise, it's not optimal, but people expect daytime noise, so that's not as critical. But I'll only use that for pumps and three-phase motors and the types of things that take a lot of electrical load, and then fuel those with the ethanol, so that it's all solar power. It's just how much processing went through the solar power. Solar panels are just immediate. That is the wave of the future. Is solar energy through solar power, by far the best. The others require a conversion of the photons of the sunlight into other mediums, and you lose the law of entropy. You lose some efficiency every time it changes form, but you can make it more compact and have more punch. Fossil fuels, ethanol, those types of things concentrate the sunlight into a more powerful form, but still, at its beginning, it's photons of light from the sun, and that's it. So to understand that and to know that you are using that, and there's only a certain amount that gets here every day, and if we use more than gets here every day in any form, or fashion, then we will deplete that resource over a given period of time. It may take centuries. Who knows? Of course, nuclear power and geothermal and all of that are not in that group. They come from a different source, but they have their own um, challenges. And for those who think, oh, wind power, that doesn't come from the sun. Oh, yes, it does. The wind currents are driven by the heating of the sun, which is the photons of the light, blah, blah. So it's very interesting to really look at it. It's almost like, you eat food and you don't realize that it comes from a farm. It comes from the grocery store. No, it doesn't. It comes from a farm. And there are trade-offs, and there are, water depletion and soil depletion and all types of things that go into that type of production that are hidden. the hidden costs, and they don't cost us in this generation. They will cost the generations to come. So all of this is a lesson in stewardship, a lesson in what is important and what do we need and what is sustainable. Um, and as I say, it doesn't take the entire population getting into this mindset. And I know I'm preaching this morning, but it takes a certain amount of people uh, that will investigate these things and then come up with ideas that are applicable to the urban life that we're all comfortable with. And it is an easier life, and I don't expect anybody to give that up for something that doesn't make sense. But it can make sense, and it can make dollars and cents. It can be technologies that produce viable solutions, that produce jobs, that produce ways for people to be productive and spend their time that help move us along. And I just think it's great. I sat here this morning and was laying in the bed with my second cup of coffee and just enjoying it. This is the better way for some people. Some people it would drive them to distraction. That's fine. That's fine. So anyway, I guess I'll get off my soapbox and go get busy because when everything is said and done, let's try to make sure there's more done than said. So because a lot of times when everything's said and done, there was a lot more said than done, and we have plenty of those. Plenty of people that will stand up to the podium and give the speech, but not a lot of people that will roll up the sleeves and start digging in the ground. So takes both. And right now I'm the second one, not the first. So y'all have a great day. If you have as good a day as I think I'm going to have, then you'll have a great day. And you'll end up at the end of the day thinking, knowing that you've accomplished something worthwhile. And what better way to spend your time in life than that? So this is Correll from the Tiny House on the road to nowhere, and we'll see y'all later.